Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to talk about the role that your subconscious plays in how you run your business. So maybe if you've been following along for a little while, like, you know how we talk about like manifesting things and how like your thoughts become your beliefs and your beliefs become your feelings and your feelings become your actions. And so that's really like what your predominant thoughts are is kind of like the place you're going to be manifesting things from and where you're going to be acting from, and like really what you kind of believe is possible for you. And like while all of that is true, sometimes it goes a level deeper than that, because really where I think you manifest from is like your subconscious beliefs. So it's like the part of your brain that is like kind of running the show and has like downloaded all the programming that you sort of received about being human and like what you think about the world and like what your money stories are, or like you basically from the ages of like 0 to 7 you were like in a hypnotic brain state and you're basically just downloading everything that you believed about the world from like your primary caregivers or like the people that were kind of like in your circle at that time when you were growing up, is kind of like what you're going to take to mean about the world. So what does this mean for if you want to run a business? So you can be trying to run your business and like you'll just be kind of like bumping up against like these almost glass ceilings, if you will, where like you maybe just won't take an action because like deep down you won't believe like that it's going to even work for you, or say like you had no examples of anyone being an entrepreneur in your life. So your subconscious doesn't really think that it's going to be possible for you. So when you want to kind of go into the subconscious mind, a great way to access it is through hypnosis. Like if you are being hypnotized and you are like kind of being asked the questions like, okay, where did this belief start like come from for you? Or like, say for example, it's like a big one for entrepreneurs is like money stuff. Like I remember when I was starting out as a photographer, I'm like, oh my goodness, I have no idea how you're supposed to ask someone to pay you to take photos. And like it was kind of like I had taken on the belief that from like some circumstances in like my early childhood, that it's like you don't always get paid to do what you love. And so trying to run a business with that belief subconsciously in there like makes it really, really difficult. And so say for example, if you have any subconscious beliefs that are like blocking you from achieving what you want to achieve, like you're gonna have to find a way to reprogram them. And there is a lot of ways you can do this. Sometimes even first becoming aware of it is like the first step that you can use to go about fixing it. And then once you've kind of become aware of it, the way I like to sort of form this awareness around like what beliefs might be kind of circulating that I don't consciously think are like, if you like things, for example, where you just are like, you say like, oh, that's just the way it is, or like that worked for other people but it wouldn't work for me, or like things like that. Usually you're gonna have some issues around like your subconscious beliefs around it, and also like your self-worth in that area of what you believe is possible for you. And so the way that you really can move past this like quite quickly is by finding like expanders for yourself, like people who have a similar background to you, who have done like what you want to do. And so you can kind of like on some level identify with them, and then you are showing your subconscious literally like, oh look, this person is really similar to me, and like they're doing what I want to do and they're successful in it. And so it's really, really important for you when you're starting a business or at any level of business or success, or like in doing anything, for you to have these people, and that you don't even have to know them in person. Like you can find them on Instagram, you can find them online, you can find them on podcasts, like you can listen to their story. Like even if it's on social media, like just reach out to them and be like, I'm interested in what you're doing, and like ask them about their story. Like usually people are pretty happy to tell you what their story is. And also, so for like the subconscious part of it, like it's like rewiring that part of your brain that believes the thing that it believes. So there's like a couple ways you can do this. Like hypnosis is a great one for this. So like either if you can find like a pre-recorded session online, Grace Space Hypnosis is a great resource. They have so many on there for like so many general and pretty specific issues. But the ones for entrepreneurs that I thought were great were like changing like your money stories, or like taking action, or like becoming more confident, or like being good at public speaking. Like these are all things that you can like rewire your brain with. And the gray space ones are like $20. And this is not a plug, like this is not sponsored. This is just me trying to provide you with resources so that you can succeed in whatever you're trying to do. So gray space hypnosis is amazing. At the beginning of my podcast, I interviewed Rachel Crethar, who is like my RTT therapist. RTT is like rapid transformational therapy, where basically they go in, find out what your subconscious belief is, they reprogram it, and then you have a recording to listen to for 21 to 28 days. And like some of the stuff that I worked with Rachel, I still listen to those recordings, like, and they're still helpful. Like whenever I feel like I need to go back and like sort of like remind myself of where I want to be going and what I want to believe, I'll just like listen to it again for a week, and like you see results pretty quickly. With hypnosis, usually they say people react in like one of three ways. Like it's either like instantaneous, like they noticed a result like the next day, which is how I kind of am. Like for me, RTT was like from one day to the next, like things were dramatically different, and I didn't like do anything different personally except for RTT. With other people, it's more like cumulative, like they'll kind of notice over time. And then the other people, it's like retroactive, where like they'll kind of feel like maybe nothing's happening, and then like a month will go by, and then they'll notice that when they look back, things actually really have shifted from their original point. So those are kind of my favorite modalities. Or Lacey Phillips' work, her Instagram is To Be Magnetic, and her website is also To Be Magnetic, and they have a ton of workshops, or you can join their membership, and it's all about like rewiring your neural pathways to like basically reprogram your subconscious. And she has like a manifestation protocol that I really vibe with. I think also like doing all of those things combined is gonna like make huge steps for you in your business. And sometimes you don't realize like the little thing that you need to shift in order so that you have a bigger impact is like it makes like a huge difference. And it even just makes like those daily actions that you're taking like that much more effective, because you're not blocking yourself or out like a cross purpose with your subconscious beliefs. So that's why you need to change your subconscious programming in order to run your business better. I hope you have an amazing day. I will see you next time.